Hari Om. when Papa prompted us to take to an in-depth study of the request of God during the centenary year, he also facilitated us to unearth so many points which were not known to us so far. For the past 6 months, he has been motivating us to go through it again and again. And now, 3 categories of the points connected with the interstudy have emerged. First category is preparatory measures. Second category is ponder simultaneously on. And the third one is sadhana. And the fourth one is daily practice. Academically, we can say that we have completed the first 2 portions. Academic, just reading and hearing. To what extent we have been able to imbibe, assimilate, absorb, and to make a trial for actualizing it in our life that only each person will know. Probably knowing our limitations and reservation, he wants us to repeatedly go through it again and again and again. So today also we will go through it, recap right from the beginning. What are all the preparatory measures? At the very start, he says, what is principally needed is grace. Only then everything will work. And there is no methodology by which this grace can be invoked. There is no prerequisite or condition for that. The only thing when he builds it, he gives it. But still, some hope is there, which he gives. You constantly think about, you constantly aspire for, and then you will realize that grace has already come to you. So the very fact that we are all sitting here religiously for the past 6 months, every day between 4 to 5, and to mentally associate with so many dimensions connected with spirituality, that itself shows that we have all become the recipients of His grace, unbounded grace. We were not aware. We thought we are attending. We thought we are hearing. We thought we are going through the book again and again. Yes, that is at the outer level. But for His grace, this is not possible. So we have some idea. To become aware of the bounteous gifts given to us is the, probably we can take it as that the grace has started becoming clearer to me. Grace is there for everybody equally. To the people who are sitting in front of us and also people who are outside. But because of the opaqueness, they are not aware. Because of the translucent state, we are aware. That's all. That is the only difference. To associate ourselves with the devotees of God, to meet spiritually evolved souls once in a way to go through the various scriptures which appeal to us, to involve ourselves in devotional practices in whatever way we are prompted from within, resorting to a lonely place and think about me, God and the universe and all these things. Becoming calm and quiet in all stressful, provocative circumstances, bringing in efficiency and action in all that we do. Whenever somebody is in trouble, we feel automatically restless and try to do as much as possible. These are some of the outer signs by which His grace is made known to us. Because suppose somebody says, when you are compassionate, you pray, we cannot cultivate compassion. It is a spontaneous expression, not a product of a thought. When we love somebody, love anybody, not out of any selfish interest. When we are fired with an ideal, and when we move towards it, those are not the signs, not the way in which we are doing it. It can be through any method, a higher ideal. Focused attention. Papa used to say the three things, fixed resolve, sustained faith, optimistic outlook. All these are the expressions of His grace. Otherwise we will not be able to hold on. So this is a preparatory mission. Because the moment you open in quest of God, the first article preceding the first chapter gives you the solid message. It was about 2 years ago, in 1920, that Ram first kindled in the heart of his humble slave Ramdas a keen desire to realize his infinite love. He did not say that Ramdas wanted to know the why and wherefore of life. No. Ram first kindled. So that is the grace part. Some idea we have been trying, and now we try to actualize it, by repeatedly concentrating upon it again and again and again. We are trying to become aware of the grace. Not that we are trying to bring in the grace, we try to become aware of the grace. It is not an academic exercise, it is a state of experience. Because each one has to sit quiet and look within. Even with all your preoccupations, even 4 o'clock you have to come and sit before the laptop. It is His grace only, Otherwise it is not possible. He is responding to our aspiration. And He teaches that when it is devoid of any vested interest, when it is purely intended for our own evolution, spiritual evolution, He sees to it. First chapter He will say, trust me, thou shalt be free. When Prabhupada cried, where is rest, where is peace? The words he heard intuitively was trust me, It gives us an assurance that He who is within us will lead us, guide us, protect us. Though He may also subject us to go through the severest form of test. We may feel totally frustrated. We may feel we are going to fall. But at that time, unknowingly, we may not even know that we have been saved, but only after some time we will know we have been saved. That is the beauty of it. He doesn't need any acknowledgement, recognition, appreciation. Still he could not wait. So these are some of the words today he brought about. Grace, grace and grace. Next one is when we enter into the text. What we find is Ram. Right from chapter number 1 to chapter number 37. And also during the outgoings of the cave, we will find the expression of Ram, the innumerable. So we should know who the Ram is. That was our next effort to be open again. Prabhupada guides us. Ram is the subtle and mysterious power. It is not in any gross form. It is not in a tangible, palpable, knowable form. It is a subtle and at the same time mysterious. It cannot be brought within the ambit of explanation. Anirvachya, inexplicable. That makes us to think. That power is there in everybody. The first article gives a correct graphic picture of Ram. Previously when we were reading, we were not understanding it at all. It was about 2 years ago in 1920 that Ram first kindled in the heart of his humble slave Ramdas a keen desire to realize his infinite love. To strive to approach and understand Ram is to recede from the world of vanishing forms. Because Ram is the only truth, the only reality. Ram is a subtle and mysterious power that pervades and sustains the whole universe. Birthless and deathless is He. He is present in all things and in all creatures who only appear as separate entities due to their ever-changing forms. To wake up from this illusion of forms is to realize at once the unity of love of Ram. Love of Ram means love of all beings, all creatures, all things in this world, because Ram is in all is in Ram, Ram is all in all. To realize this great truth, we who through ignorance feel as separate individuals should submit ourselves to the will and working of the infinite power, the infinite love Ram, who is one and all pervading. By a complete surrender to the will of Ram, we lose consciousness of the body, which keeps us aloof from Him, and find ourselves in a state of complete identification and union with Ram, who is in us and everywhere around us. In this condition, hatred which meets the consciousness of diversity ceases, and love, the consciousness of unity, is realized. This divine love can be attained by humbling ourselves to such a degree as to totally subdue our egoism, our self-assertion as a separate individual existence. Having reached this stage, we, by the awakened consciousness of unity or love, are naturally prompted to sacrifice all the interests that concern the body for the welfare of our fellow men and fellow creatures, who are all manifestations of the same Ram. This was the great sacrifice of Buddha, of Jesus, and has been of Mahatma Gandhi of our own times. These three great men are the fullest manifestation of Ram, the great truth, the infinite love, Om Shri Ram. So he introduces Ram. Those are not words only. Words that came out of his experience. But unless we go through the experience, we will not be able to understand. There is also a toughest. To know grace, probably it might look easier. But to understand Ram, it is the toughest. So how do we go? So the next point happens to be Ram and Spirit. We have some idea about the Spirit in us. The power because of which we are now talking, or hearing, or seeing, or doing. The power because of which we know we are there. So we also were able to understand it through Dr. Mulika Shetty's book entitled Power of Love, where he explains how the inexpressible becomes to some extent expressible. You are telling about the heartbeat, 1 lakh times the heart beats a day. You are telling about 6 liters of blood traveling 1,20,000 kilometers a day. That is why the blood circulation is going on, because of which from head to foot we are active. We are also making a mention that the food we eat is immediately processed. What is needed for blood, what is needed for bone, what is needed for body structure is taken, and the rest of the things are further out. Like that, he gave us some clues. We breathe oxygen. How do we breathe? What is the power that enables us to breathe? And what is the power that enables us to throw out excess of carbon dioxide? So there is an inherent power and indefinable power, inexplicable power, which is there, we are all sure now. But we are unable to say what it is. Normally we call it a spirit or life force. And Ram and life force are one. And this will lead us to Ram and me. I exist because he exists. The simple truth. covered now. No? Four. Grace, Ram, and Spirit, and me and Ram. No? And from there whenever we are in doubt, our spiritual preceptor Papa has been giving us all this. But you will also find that apart from the outer Guru Papa, outer Guru Papa's teaching, he also made us to go to Power of Love, so many other. Where from it came, it did not come from outside. Then we find that the guidance was coming from within. We have all read many a time this book. But to know that the first and foremost thing is grace, you know, to read a particular line again. Where from it came? It is the inner Guru who is guiding us. We were not aware. There was a simple word here in the first article. It was about 2 years ago in 1920 that Ram first kindled in the heart. Innocent. It's a very innocent statement. Who made us to go deep into it? Suddenly we become aware of the inner Guru. The same book, the same word, the same sentence. But a different perspective he made us to perceive. So we are becoming conscious of the inner Guru. And Papa says, rely on him. When we heard Papa's book, how is it that the book did not attract us? If book had attracted us, it should have attracted everybody, you know. But the inner Guru guided us to go to this book. Inner Guru made us to realize that something is there worth penetrating, worth digging, worth exploring. We were not aware. Even when he said inner Guru, we were getting confused. Who is he? But there is no entity called inner Guru, no? And now when we come to the Ram, when we read it again and again, a simple innocent word is repeated again and again. Who gives an inner meaning? Only the inner Guru residing within us is giving the inner meaning. The great void, for example. I don't think for the most of our time we would not have applied our mind at all on this word. Even if we had tried, we would not have understood also. But later on, who guided us to this entire? Who guided us to Mataji's explanation about great void? Mataji was sharing it with so many devotees on the various aspects of the great void. None of the people present here had any idea about it. Many of the devotees are not aware of it. It is all recorded. But to go to that record, you need some guidance, you know. Inner Guru. Think. So, Papa always says, go to the inner Guru. That is why he was very blunt and telling us that if whatever Ramdas says, if it does not have the okay from the inner Guru, don't accept it. Because that was his experience. He was only relying on the inner guidance. Today he is making it more and more clear by what is meant by his inner guidance. He gives us a new insight which is not coming from outside. To rely more and more on that. I am unable to understand, I am unable to make it a practice in my life. Please help me. We are not asking anybody outside. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Why do you deny him in your heart? It's a beautiful word. Switch on your wire for direct communication. Direct communication. There is no need for an intermediary. So he talks about relying on inner guru. And here he says, Ramdas never joined any organization for his spiritual growth. Guru within him mysteriously guided him and made everything easy for organization. Then he found the best routes to be followed were those which the inner Guru set for him from time to time. It is clear that our guide in such matters must be the Guru within and not without. So grace, Ram, Spirit, me and Ram, then relying on inner guidance. Another important thing is that we got confused. When we started coming to ashram, somehow there is an inexplicable attraction of Papa and Mataji. And so we were enjoying our stay here. We were enjoying the holy and all-powerful Ram chanting. The entire ambience was so nice for us. Still, the moment we go out, get back to our place, office, or home, though there is some small impact, it doesn't affect our life as such. The me and mine almost remaining intact. There is no visible expression of expansion of the me. Why? We were not getting connected with Ram. Why we were not getting connected with Ram? We were a bit confused. Because when Mataji, after Papa's Samadhi, Mataji was using the word Papa, wherever Papa has used Ram. Mataji never used the word Ram. So, and we were not getting it clarified. Mataji many times have clearly mentioned that the word Papa stands for what Ram stood for. That has to be, because we address the beloved Papa's form as Papa. So this confusion was also responsible for not sufficiently progressing in our spiritual path. We were not clear. Whenever we read Papas, we hear about Ram. Whenever we hear Mataji, we hear about Papa. So how is it that, though Mataji has clearly mentioned how it had happened, that she was finding it difficult to bring in the word Ram, because to her, whenever I thought of God as Ram, I felt God was away from me. But when I thought of God as Papa, I felt His nearness. So I went and told Papa accordingly. Then Papa said to me, if you can't think of Him as Ram, dwell on Him as Papa. And not only that, Mataji introduced various things in our ashram routine. At present ashram routine got evolved as time went by. Initially it was not there, as we can find out from their books. Slowly, everything got added on. So when Mataji decided to add prayer like Papa's universal prayer. O Lord of the universe, O Creator, Protector and Destroyer of the world, like that he starts. Later on, she introduced Swami Omkar's prayer for world peace. Adorable one, thou who art within and without, and all around. Then you are the eye of the eye, ear of the ear, like that. So that we be able to go nearer to the reality. And he always said, I want to realize it now and here. Every day she makes us to repeat this now and here. And then she also added, O beginningless and endless Param Puja Papa, you are all pervading. You have manifested as the entire universe. O beginningless and endless Papa. Then also we did not understand. The Papa form had a beginning and an end. Before 1884 the form was not there. After 1963 the form is also not there. So how can we call as O beginningless and endless Param Puja Papa? Common sense will direct us. So these are all some of the ways by which we can try to get clarity on the word Papa. And during the satsang also she made it very clear that he is both in Nirguna and Sarguna aspect. Sarguna aspect, everybody is a Sarguna aspect. Like that form was also Sarguna aspect. But Nirguna aspect, Nirguna, Nirvikara, Nirakara, Shashvata, Ananda Swarupa. So now in this in-depth study, now who prompted us to, he does not explain in question, or just imagine. Because Puja Mataji's entry has not been there. She came in touch with Papa in 1928. This had happened in 1922-23 period, and this was recorded and came out in the form of a book in 1925. But that is not the when we started associating ourselves with the ashram, and when we started Mataji talking about Papa, and when we started reading Papa's book, we started reading about Ram. There was no clarity, there was no clarity at our level. So the inner Guru prompted us to know, to dig out, to find answers, and then so that everything is made clear. And if this much we have traveled, we also know that what is the blockade. I am convinced about all that has been discussed here, but still I am unable to make it a reality in my life throughout my waking state. The moment the session is over, when we open the door and go out, what comes before us is the day and mind. So now at least academically we know, intellectually we know that unless and until this subservience to Ram becomes dominant, I will not be able to move further. So for that, you have to subdue the me and mind. How to do that? To think about the bounteous gifts. I cannot arrogate, bereft of God in the form of Mother Nature and society. I cannot exist. The simple common sense tells me that I don't need any further proof for this. Everything has been provided by you, and I have no reason to arrogate. These things we know, but still we don't know. So we are trying to make it more and more dominant in us, so that the me and mind get subdued. To the extent we have been able to subdue the me and mind, to that extent we will be able to get closer to Him. And we have been also warned, the spiritual discipline should not be used for or practiced for our me and mind requirement. Spiritual practices is for spiritual enlightenment. Material efforts are for material goodness. I should not confuse. So these are all the preparatory measures. Along with that, if I can ponder on simultaneously on some other aspects also, it will make my journey more and more smooth. And what are they? First purpose is know your and the world's origin. Where from you have come? Where from everything has come? So he made us to go through various chapters in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because our intellect cannot go beyond certain level. We thought previously our origin was our parents. Later on, the inner group convinced us that it is not because of their only instrumental cause. Ultimately, the seed, the seed is started from Him. And He says in His own words, I am the seed-giving Father. Oh, it should be understood that all species of life are made possible by birth in this material nature, and I am the seed-giving Father. I am the generating seed of all living beings, O Arjuna. No creature moving or non-moving can exist without me. So like that we went to 4 or 5 shlokas, and then came to know that He is the origin. That is why Papa always used to find joy in repeating. He is at the beginning, He is in the middle, and He is at the end of dissolution of His body. Then having had a fair idea about our origin, our linking with Him, something about Jnanottara. Because when we try to go through Prabhupada, we find his joy in communing with Ram, and at the same time, where is that Ram? It is not a separate entity other than Swami Ramdas. Both are inside. The non-dual and the dual are inside. When he explains as Ram separate, it is only for the purpose of understanding. So that has been beautifully later during his satsang. He clarified it as Jnanottara Bhakti. There is a beauty in it, there is a sweetness in it. Though Ram and Ramdas are one, in all of us, though the sense of individuality and the inbuilt reality is one and the same. But still, until I realize, and even after realization, there is two, the sense of individuality and the inbuilt reality. Because when we come down to the individual level, when we deal with everybody, we find there is duality. At the same time, it is not duality. So jnana and bhakti juxtaposed, interwoven, harmoniously blend. In whatever form we can say that. So this also we have to keep in our mind. This is the method, this is the style in which Papa explains his relationship with him. So our in-depth study gives us this side, this truth. And then he used the word very involved. It is another point on which we have to ponder deeply. It encompasses everything, it covers everything, but at the same time it remains untouched, unaffected. It cannot be bound. Everything is in it, but it remains untouched. That is our original nature. So only one and only time he used it in the first chapter. But enabling us to go further. So the inner Guru now makes us to know about this. That these are all simultaneously when we ponder, it all helps us in our journey. The journey becomes more and more clearer and clearer, or smoother and smoother. And when we come out, we slowly start realizing that if I owe everything to that, everybody owes also to that. So the sense of equality in our expression. We don't discriminate anybody. Initially when we were reading in Quest of God, there were many instances where he was explaining nobody is separated. When somebody was moving away from him, they said we are aware. On those days, this untouchability was terrible. Lower caste, upper caste. So the so-called level lower caste, they were moving away. People of different faiths, they were moving away from us, from the person. So the equality was something which was very difficult in those days to conceive of. Because of this, Papa was able to see them all as equals, equal children of God. And that point was also raised. And wherever this was not related to individuals, but whenever he had an opportunity to have a glimpse of Mother Nature, he couldn't contain himself. And so now gently our inner Guru says, you are also blessed with all these. You are just enjoying, you say nice, nice, and then keep it quiet. You see me there. You remember the word used by Dr. Vijay Shetty?
Sleeping mountains.
Sleeping in mountains, smiling in flowers, singing in birds, and then
Screensaver. Screensaver.
by default, screensaver, the moment you open, something comes there. So whether you don't have to initiate anything, he is there in front of us. You have that book here? No. Accepting that book, everything will be there.
It is there.
No,
It is not here.
you are not. Then don't worry. So by default, no, the moment you open the laptop or computer, the screensaver comes, already it has been planned, and you don't have to do everything. But like that, God comes before us. Then only you see Him in this. So Mother Nature. And then possessing absence of love. Because of that you become fearless. Fearless not because of aggressive mood, not because of your assertive nature, not because of anything else, but because of love. The inner Guru made us to go to different chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. Abhayam Sattva to understand. Bhaji beautifully says that in the Kurukshetra that is inside us, where there are Pandavas and Kauravas arrayed in the form of Devi Sampat and Ashwini Sampat. The commander of Devi Sampat is Abhay. First and foremost thing is needed is fearlessness. Fearlessness out of the absence of love, absence of otherness. Not because of anything. That we should be very clear about all these things. How many times we read, but still the sweetness is still there. Yes.
Getting on the point, the spirit, the responsible for all the God's spirit function, which we are not aware of, it goes on automatically. And having a little doubt on what happens to this function, when the person drops his body, what happens to this function, when the person drops his body, his function stops, what happens to the inner spirit?
Here our guidance is our Shastras. Because the moment this platform is dropped, how do we exist? So here we go to the Shastras where they define there are three bodies, not this one body. Only one body gets dropped. They define it as gross body, subtle body and causal body. And further they explain that this gross body comes to us in this shape because of our karma sanchitam. The carried over of our, brought forward of our unfulfilled desires and vasanas. The moment we dropped our previous body, there were in our baggage so many unfulfilled desires, and then this subtle body gave an order to the protector, as now explained by Swami Chinnayanji Maharaj. We give a blueprint of our whatever next body should be. So we decide and then we get into it. If we are in a position to exhaust all the vasanas, and if we don't, in the journey, if we don't accumulate anything further, we have been told that we will be free from the chain of birth and death. If we are not exhausted, again we get into another body. There are many schools of philosophy which talks about the period, if you, once you drop and get into another. Where we have read, it takes about 13 days to get into another body. And they have clearly defined what is called the gross body, what is called the subtle body, what is called a causal body. So at the moment, it is academic for us. But there is something there. The easy and understandable example is this. Default. That when we are same parents, children are born, we all know raw material is the same, process of reproduction is the same, but the end product is different. So there should be one more factor, one more unknown factor deciding about the creation. That is what is called Karma Satsang. In Nambod it is mentioned. Shariram Sudukhanam Bhodayana. So these three. So what are we to do now? Here Papa's answer would be more acceptable to all of us. Why do we bother about the after death world? Why not we bother about the present world, present life? Why don't we try to get ourselves freed from the clutches of this karma? Because we know the deep, we don't release ourselves from the clutches of the karmic triangle, bondage. Surely we have to come again. And what have we found? It is dukkha shashvatam. So all these things keep on happening, it keeps on coming back to us. Why not we concentrate more and more on how to free ourselves from the clutches of this karma? You follow?
Yes, sorry. That is something.
That's all, that much only we can do. So we should be firm in our commitment also. We should not be vacillating. So many tests will come, but we should not be moving here and there. We should see the dog sleeping in the mountains, smiling in the flowers, singing through the birds, up and awake in man. We need to see him by default, like a screensaver. The mind needs to be grounded and rooted in the Lord. All this is possible only if we have unflinching faith in Him. When we look at the Madhami,
please mention about daily sadhana practice.
Daily sadhana and practice. Not yet, we have not.
We have not yet come. Are we prepared? Academically we can reach. But going again and again, every day some new things will be unearthed. Today I think we have got more clarity on the word inner guru. So when the clarity on inner guru becomes more and more clear, then we have won the game, half at least. So then he will guide us in our sadhana, he will guide us in our daily practice. So
Are there any general principles, do's and don'ts?
Are there any general principles, do's and don'ts?
Yes, definitely there are.
Cannot see that perhaps.
That which enables us to move closer to him should be taken up. That which enables us to move away from him are to be avoided. Every time when we handle, I have not remembered him. So what I should do, I have not remembered him. So before starting anything, suppose we chant Ramnam and say that I remember him. Not as a ritual.
But going within.
Just to feel that yes, he is behind this, he has prompted me to do this. During the process, probably I may not be able to remember. So advance booking. I have started because you wanted me to start. Okay. When I am in the process, probably I may not be able to remember you. But to ensure.
How am I to cognize that I am in the process or I am on it?
The moment you are on any process, anything, you are naming it as a process to remember him. Suppose you are chanting Ram now, you are doing bhajans, you have taken up Swadhyaya, you have taken up your household duties, you have taken up your professional duties. All these are activities, process. You have named it as in so many names, but all these are processes done by the individual. And anything that is initiated by me, whether at the family level or professional level or social level, it is initiated from me, the individual. And so I must have a green flag signal. Just like the train has to leave me, there will be a signal. What do you call it? Flag. Not flag, not signal. The signal has not come. The signal has to come. The green signal has to come. So we start anything. Don't limit it to the so-called level, the spiritual. That is why he said, we should see the Lord sleeping in the mountains, smiling in the flowers, singing through the birds, up and awake in man. Up and awake in man.
Yes.
Whatever we do, we need to see him by default like a screensaver.
Yes.
So,
Thank you.
and yesterday we also saw to it that when we take up the request of God, and then we are now flooded with so many facets of it, we should never forget that our journey also should start from where he started. So that to remind us that he was also an ordinary person like us, with all the limitations, and he could scale the heights. He went through a series of processes, series of tests. So whenever we are subjected to go through, we will not grumble or complain. That is the first value of being. So we should also start from where we start. So these are all the 8 plus 8, 16 items we covered, and then we come to the sadhana. The first one in the sadhana is mind space to be filled with him only. This is a very important thing. How am I to do that? Our mind is full of thoughts concerning persons, objects, emotions, thoughts. In other words, otherness. Whereas when Papa embarked upon the spiritual journey as prompted by him, there were only two aspects. One is the sense of individuality, Ramdas, and the other is Ram, who is behind the sense of individuality in the outer world. If we are to achieve this state, we have to reduce our dependence on comfort zones. The first chapter itself gives us some clues. The mind space has to be, if the mind space has to be given more and more to him, there should be a conscious effort on our part to evacuate. The me and mind should evacuate. Then only the space will be available. If I think in terms of me and mind, this mind space will not be there. When somebody is about to fall, you immediately go and help him not to fall. What had happened? You have given your space to him in your mind. You did not bother whether you will be able to handle him, whether you will lose the balance in the process, whether you will be able to, what is his weight, what is your weight, all those things, the intellect will start bringing out. If the me and mind is dominant. But spontaneously you went forward, took a jump and then held him, saved him. That means you have given space to him. Whenever I have difference of opinion with others, though I am 100% clear that the mind is right, still when somebody points out, I give space to him. Space to him in the sense space to God in the form of that individual. To that extent, me and mind will get reduced. These are very important points, sadhana. Mind space. He is not merely thinking about God. So if I am only comfortable with certain comfortable zones, the moment it is not there, I am affected. I will not think about anything else excepting my comfort. First I will ensure my comfort and then go. But at the same time, God has given us the capacity to rise above the earth. We remember one incident, many of the Bombay devotees who joined us might remember. That was in 2003 when we had taken up a huge water project, in a village, Danu village. So when we went there for the inauguration, previous day we were housed in some place very near to Danu. Early morning, the tap was dry. So many people were there. Nobody grumbled, nobody complained. We were keenly watching. Alternative arrangements were made fully, and then beyond what limited water initially, and later on. We have gone there for the water supply, for the villagers. We ourselves were subjected to go through. Then we said, Papa wanted us to know what is the difficulty faced by people who are not getting proper water. It was there only for an hour or two. But nobody grumbled. Mind space, so even mind space means everywhere accommodating all alternatives. You have to broaden that word, mind space. The comfort zones, when we are influenced by comfort zone, we will not think about anything else. First our comfort. First our menu. We will not think about anything else. So we start this sadhana with this, and we will take it for tomorrow. But this is very important, do some thinking. Mind space to be filled with Him only. Him only means not merely the conceived form of God, but He in all. You just imagine how does harmony prevail in a home? If everybody is adamant on this, not flexible, yeah, you all know it. What is they call it as flexibility? What does it mean? Giving space. That's all. We are not rigid. We don't go down. This is not that. I am not. So giving space to God, giving space to His creation, whatever may be the consequence, that is the highest state. Whatever may be the consequence, submission. So kindly think about it elaborately. We will start with the same subject tomorrow. Hello. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram.
It's fun.
Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. I told you not to do it. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. If you are attending, I will stop the word. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. Pranam. Yes. Tomorrow's topic is very, very important. Hari Om.